everyone, I'm Monica.
I'm Garima.
This is Jaago Himachal 365 Darkin Hi Datke and you're watching Hilco's News channel. Let's start with the headlines.
656 new COVID cases, 18 deaths in Himachal.
BJP wants Dalhousie renamed as a Netaji Nagar. Congress opposes move.
Ponta-based pharma firm's license cancelled.
India sees less than 1 lakh new COVID-19 cases for first time in over 2 months.
Supreme Court gives government more time to work out modalities on scheme for orphans.
Center to provide state free vaccine for all adults from June 21.
PWD set to begin work on Shimla Ridge restoration.
Jairam Thakur meets Nirmala Sitharaman, seeks help for rupees 1,892 crore for ADB project.
Ayush Department to open 4 post-COVID care centers in Himachal.
Positivity rate in Himachal Pradesh drops to 5.3% in 1 week.
With 86,498 new COVID cases, India's daily count is under 1 lakh after 63 days.
Palampur Municipal Corporation begins drive to clean water channel.
Early Covishield second dose permitted for Olympic participants, students and job applicants abroad.
Twitter seeks more time from government to comply with the new IT.
China's relationship with India lies in India's external environment.
Puducherry extends lockdown till June 14, eases several curves.
As centre changes policy, Congress says universal free vaccination still not achieved.
Wheat procurement at record high in Himachal Pradesh.
Solan girl scales Nepal's peak gets rousing welcomes at home.
Women dies of black fungus in IGMC in Himachal Pradesh.
हेलो हिमाचल 365 टीवी सूचना समाचार मनोरंजन एजुकेशन और भी बहुत कुछ लेकर आ रहा है.
This is Himachal 365 TV and you're watching Hilquist News. I'm Garima.
मेरा नाम है आशीष.
ये है हिमाचल 365 टीवी और आप देख रहे हैं हिलक्विस्ट टीवी न्यूज. हम जल्द आ रहे हैं पूरे हिमाचल की ताजा तरीन खबरों के साथ. हर तरह के समाचारों के लिए देखिए हिमाचल 365 टीवी और जुड़े रहिए हिलक्विस्ट न्यूज के साथ. Now news in detail. 656 new COVID cases, 18 deaths in Himachal. As many as 655 COVID cases were reported in the state, taking the tally to 1,95,755. Besides, 18 persons died the virus in the past 24 hours. 5 deaths were reported in Shimla, 4 each in Kangra and Solan, 2 in Mandi and 1 each in Solan, Una and Hamirpur. The highest number of 129 cases were reported in Mandi, followed by 124 in Kangra, 82 in Chamba, 66 in Shimla, 48 in Solan, 41 in Una, 39 in Sirmaur, 35 in Kullu, 34 in Hamirpur, 31 in Bilaspur, 21 in Kinnaur and 6 in Lahaul Spiti.
BJP wants Dalhousie renamed as a Netaji Nagar. Congress opposes move. A controversy has erupted in Himachal Pradesh over a proposal to rename Dalhousie, a famous hill station in Chamba district, as Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Nagar, a demand made by BJP leader Subramaniam Swamy and being opposed by the Congress. Swamy is learned to have written to State Governor Bandaru Dattaraia in this regard. The town is named after Lord Dalhousie, who was the Governor General of India during the British rule. In 1992, the BJP government under CM Shanta Kumar had even issued a notification renaming the town, but the subsequent Congress regime withdrew it, said Swamy. BJP leaders claimed Netaji had visited the town in 1937. Opposing the suggestion, senior Congress leader and Dalhousie MLA Asha Kumari has written to Chief Minister Jairam Thakur claiming even the locals were against the proposal. The sentiments of the Dalhousie residents should be given top priority while considering any suggestions issued.
Ponta-based pharma firm's license cancelled. Their Assistant Drug Licensing Authority ADLA Nahan has cancelled the license of Ponta Sahib-based unique formulation from where the Punjab police had seized 30.2 lakh pharma opioids tablets. Sunny Koshal ADLA Nahan said that management of unique formulation Ponta Sahib failed to produce any record pertaining to seize the drug and its license had been cancelled as it did not really to show cause notice. The Ponta Sahib police has also seized 745 kg of tramadol worth Rs 1.5 crore from the unit on May 30 after registering a case under the NDPS Act.
India sees less than 1 lakh new COVID-19 cases for first time in over 2 months. India's daily cases of the coronavirus disease dipped below the 1 lakh mark for the first time in more than 2 months, as 86,498 infections were registered in the last 24 hours, the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare said on Tuesday. The country's death toll rose to 3,51,309 after 2,123 lives were lost due to COVID-19 in a day, the dashboard showed at 8 am. The national COVID-19 tally, meanwhile, rose to 2,89,96,473. According to a statement by the Union government, the 86,498 new COVID-19 cases represent the lowest single-day rise in 66 days. On April 6, the country added 96,982 fresh infections and 446 fatalities.
Supreme Court gives government more time to work out modalities on scheme for orphans. The Supreme Court on Monday gave more time to work out the modalities for implementation of recently launched PM Cares for Children scheme for those orphaned by COVID-19. A bench headed by Justice Alan Rao agreed to take up the matter post-summer vacation after additional Solicitor General said the centre needed more time as it was in consultation with various states and ministries to finalize the modalities of the PM Cares for Children scheme. Taking about the scheme, Bhatti said, "We have made district magistrate directly responsible for the children who have been abandoned or have been orphaned."
हेलो हिमाचल, हिमाचल 365 टीवी सूचना, समाचार, मनोरंजन, एजुकेशन और भी बहुत कुछ लेकर आ रहा है।
This is Himachal 365 TV and you're watching Hillquist News. I'm Garima.
मेरा नाम है आशीष।
ये है हिमाचल 365 टीवी और आप देख रहे हैं हिलक्विस्ट टीवी न्यूज। हम जल्द आ रहे हैं पूरे हिमाचल की ताज़ा तरीन खबरों के साथ। हर तरह के समाचारों के लिए देखिए हिमाचल 365 टीवी और जुड़े रहिए हिलक्विस्ट न्यूज के साथ।
Center to provide states a free vaccine for all adults from June 21. The government on Monday pledged free COVID vaccine for all adults from June 21. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced the decision to revert to the old system of centralized procurement of 75% doses for free distribution to the states, as was the case before May 1. The PM said private hospitals could continue to procure 25% of the vaccines, but their service charge would be capped at ₹150 per dose over the fixed price of the vaccine. Noting that the return to the centralized procurement was rooted in the demand of states which felt the previous system was good. The PM in an address to the nation said, as many states having realized the challenge of vaccine planning and supplies, demanding reconsideration to the vaccine strategy and reverting to the pre-May 1 system, the government has decided that the 25% vaccination work set aside for states will now be undertaken by the centre. This will be rolled out in 2 weeks.
PWD set to begin work on Shimla Ridge restoration. Finally, the Public Work Department appears all set to float a tender to restore the sinking portion of the historic bridge. IIT Roorkee has designed it and this estimate is also ready. We will float a tender by June 15 and award the work in July, said PWD Superintending Engineer Suresh Kapoor. An IIT Roorkee team did the geotechnical study of the sinking portion and submit its report to the PWD. It took time to get the project going because of COVID. The IIT was closed and professors also contracted the virus. But now everything is in the place and the work will start at the earliest, said Kapoor.
Jairam Thakur meets Nirmala Sitharaman, seeks help for ₹1,892 crore for ADB project. Chief Minister Jairam Thakur called on Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in New Delhi and requested her to provide financial assistance to the state as recommended by the 15th Finance Commission. Himachal Pradesh lacks resources for investment in infrastructure projects like expansion of Kangra Airport and construction of Mandi airports. Hence, the financial assistance is of great significance for the development of the state, he said. He apprised the minister that a tourism project of rupees 1,892 crore proposed to Asian Development Bank (ADB) for funding was also awaiting approval. He requested her for the speedy approval to the project.
हेलो हिमाचल, हिमाचल 365 टीवी सूचना समाचार मनोरंजन एजुकेशन और भी बहुत कुछ लेकर आ रहा है।
This is Himachal 365 TV and you're watching Hillquist News. I am Garima.
मेरा नाम है आशीष।
ये है हिमाचल 365 टीवी और आप देख रहे हैं हिलक्विस्ट टीवी न्यूज। हम जल्द आ रहे हैं पूरे हिमाचल की ताजा तरीन खबरों के साथ। हर तरह के समाचारों के लिए देखिए हिमाचल 365 टीवी और जुड़े रहिए हिलक्विस्ट न्यूज के साथ। The Ayush Department will open 4 post-COVID rehabilitation centers in the second phase of the Ayush Ghar Dwar program, a wellness program amid the overall well-being of COVID patients. Enthused by the response, the first phase of the program received from People Health Minister Rajeev Sejal launched the second phase of the program here today. In the second phase, the wellness program will go beyond COVID patients to target sections individuals who have recovered from the disease, vulnerable sections like elderly and immune compromised people and healthy segment too. Expressing satisfactions over the success of first phase, Sejal said over 10,000 WhatsApp groups were made and over 30,000 people were reached. Also, he said as many as 37,000 virtual sessions were held to take care of their mental, physical, social and spiritual well-being.
Positivity rate in Himachal Pradesh drops to 5.3% in 1 week. The COVID positivity rate has dropped to 5.3% from 29% in the state in the past 1 week, with 8 districts reporting a percentage of below 5. According to the data compiled by the Health Department, 170 persons died of the virus, including highest 54 in Kangra in Himachal Pradesh between May 31 and June 7. The second highest number of 22 deaths took place in Mandi district, followed by 21 in Shimla during the week. The highest positivity rate of 8.3% was reported in Kangra, followed by 7.7% in Shimla, 6.2% in Chamba, 5% in Sirmaur district, 4.3% each in Una, Hamirpur and Bilaspur districts, 4.2% in Mandi and 2.2% in Lahul Spiti. The situation in Lahul Spiti seems to be satisfactory.
With 86,498 new COVID cases, India's daily count is under 1 lakh after 63 days. India reported less than 1 lakh new coronavirus infections after a gap of 63 days, while the daily positivity rate dropped to 4.62% according to the Union Health Ministry data updated on Tuesday. A single-day rise of 86,498 cases were registered, the lowest in 66 days, taking the total tally of COVID cases to 2,89,96,473. The death toll climbed to 3,51,309 with 2,123 daily deaths, the lowest in around 47 days. The data updated at 8 am showed a total of 81,466 new cases were recorded in a span of 24 hours on April 2 also. 18,73,485 tests were conducted on Monday, taking the total cumulative tests 36,82,07,596. The daily positivity rate has dropped to 4.62%. It has been less than 10% for 15 consecutive days, the ministry said. The weekly positivity rate has declined to 5.94%. The active cases reduced to 13,03,702, comprising 4.50% of the total infections, while the national COVID recovery rate has improved to 94.29%. A net decline of 97,907 cases has been recorded.
Palanpur Municipal Corporation begins drive to clean water channel. The Palanpur Municipal Corporation has started cleaning the 300-year-old Kirpal Chand Kul, one of the oldest water channels of this region. The 29-kilometer-long water channel between Bundla and Garjamula, which was once considered a lifeline for over 1 lakh residents of 50 villages in lower areas of Palanpur, has turned into a garbage dumping area. Besides, sewage is also being discharged into the channel. The municipal corporation has taken up the cleaning operation of only a 4-kilometer stretch which falls in its jurisdiction. Pankaj Sharma, Commissioner Palanpur MC, said after the formation of the municipal corporation 4 months ago, he had planned to keep this water channel free of garbage because in lower areas of Palanpur, its water is used for drinking and also tapped by the IPH department for its water supply schemes. He said the civic body has already taken up a project to keep Palanpur clean and green.
Early Covishield second dose permitted for Olympic participants, students and job applicants abroad. Athletes and sports staff attending to the Tokyo Olympics, students traveling abroad for education and people in offshore jobs can take the second Covishield doses before the mandated 84-day period after the first dose, but after the lapse of 28 days post the first shot. The government took this decision on Monday after receipt of several representations of allowing administrations of dose of Covishield for such persons who have only taken first dose of Covishield and are seeking to undertake international travel for educational purpose of employment opportunities or for participants in India's contingent for Tokyo Olympic, but whose planned travel dated fall prior to completion of the currently mandated minimum interval of 84 days from the date of first dose. The special dispensation will be available to students who have to undertake foreign travel of the purpose of education, persons who have to take up jobs in the foreign countries, athletes, accompanying staff of India contingent attending International Olympic Game be held in Tokyo.
हेलो हिमाचल, हिमाचल 365 टीवी सूचना, समाचार, मनोरंजन, एजुकेशन और भी बहुत कुछ लेकर आ रहा है।
This is Himachal 365 TV and you're watching Hillquist News. I'm Garima.
मेरा नाम है आशीष।
ये है हिमाचल 365 टीवी और आप देख रहे हैं हिलक्विस्ट टीवी न्यूज। हम जल्द आ रहे हैं पूरे हिमाचल की ताज़ा तरीन खबरों के साथ। हर तरह के समाचारों के लिए देखिए हिमाचल 365 टीवी और जुड़े रहिए हिलक्विस्ट न्यूज के साथ।
Twitter seeks more time from government to comply with the new IT. Social media platform Twitter is learned to have approached the government seeking more time to comply with the new IT rules. According to sources, the microblogging site has said that it intends to comply with the rules but needs more time due to the pandemic situation in India. Twitter has written to Meta seeking more time to comply with the IT rules. It expressed its intent to comply with the rules but has been unable. It has expressed its intent to comply with the rules but has been unable to do so because of the pandemic.
China's relationship with India lies in India's external environment. The India-China standoff in 2020 has put the relationship between the two countries in crisis. Former national security advisors and former ambassadors of China, Shivshankar Menon, said that the going back to old agreements would not bring back the trust, and one has to wonder if the countries can achieve a new equilibrium. After this, I don't know what the government is doing. There have been talks, discussions and disengagements, but there are still points where tensions are there.
Puducherry extends lockdown till June 14, eases several curbs. The Puducherry government on Tuesday extended its ongoing lockdown by another week from June 7 midnight to June 14 and announced easing of several restrictions. Public transport services were allowed to operate till 5 p.m. along with the opening of liquor shops from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. With cases declining, some states have started the process of unlocking by gradually easing coronavirus-induced restrictions and curfew. Delhi, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh are some of these states. On the other hand, Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh and Goa that have decided to continue with lockdown.
हेलो हिमाचल, हिमाचल 365 टीवी सूचना, समाचार, मनोरंजन, एजुकेशन और भी बहुत कुछ लेकर आ रहा है।
This is Himachal 365 TV and you're watching Hillquist News. I'm Garima.
मेरा नाम है आशीष।
ये है हिमाचल 365 टीवी और आप देख रहे हैं हिलक्विस्ट टीवी न्यूज। हम जल्द आ रहे हैं पूरे हिमाचल की ताज़ा तरीन खबरों के साथ। हर तरह के समाचारों के लिए देखिए हिमाचल 365 टीवी और जुड़े रहिए हिलक्विस्ट न्यूज के साथ। As centre changes policy, Congress says universal free vaccination still not achieved. Calling for universal free vaccination against COVID-19, the Congress Monday said people would still have to pay for jobs at private hospitals despite the centre changing its immunization policy on Monday. The opposition party's statement comes after Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced that the centre will provide free coronavirus vaccine to states and union territories for inoculation of all above 18 from June 21. Congress chief spokesperson Randeep Surjewala said Prime Minister endangering the lives of Indians by repeatedly changing the vaccination policy and instead of accusing the state.
Wheat procurement at a record high in Himachal Pradesh. The government has procured a record 10,065.70 MT wheat during the ongoing Rabi marketing season, which is a 221%, that is 6,936.2 MT, more as compared to the corresponding period last year. The procurement through the Food Corporation India FCI started on April 15. The highest ever purchase of 10,065.70 MT wheat was achieved till May 31 against 3,129.50 MT last year. The procurement is still continuing, said State Agriculture Minister Birendra Kanwar. The government has set a procurement target of 12,500 MT to the FCI and we are hopeful of achieving the target, he added.
Solan girl scales Nepal's peak at rousing welcome at home. Baljit Kaur, a resident of the nondescript Panjrol village in Solan, who has become the first Indian woman mountaineer to successfully summit 7,161-meter Purmori Peak in Nepal, received a rousing welcome on her arrival her last evening. She was part of 12-member delegation which achieved the feat on May 12 in the Government of India-sponsored Mount Everest massive expedition.
Women die of black fungus in IGMC in Himachal Pradesh. A black fungus patient succumbed to the disease here today. The women had been referred to the IGMC from Neerchonk Mandi. With this, the number of black fungus deaths at the IGMC hospital has risen to 3. The first 2 victims of the disease at the IGMC hospital were men. A 38-year-old from Nadon in Hamirpur district and a 49-year-old from Kasoli. So this is all. Stay connected and keep watching Hilkus News channel. Thank you.
हेलो हिमाचल, हिमाचल 365 टीवी सूचना समाचार मनोरंजन एजुकेशन और भी बहुत कुछ लेकर आ रहा है.
This is Himachal 365 TV and you're watching Hilkus News. I'm Garima.
मेरा नाम है आशीष.
ये है हिमाचल 365 टीवी और आप देख रहे हैं हिलकुस टीवी न्यूज. हम जल्द आ रहे हैं पूरे हिमाचल की ताजा तरीन खबरों के साथ. हर तरह के समाचारों के लिए देखिए हिमाचल 365 टीवी और जुड़े रहिए हिलकुस न्यूज के साथ.
हेलो हिमाचल, हिमाचल 365 टीवी सूचना समाचार मनोरंजन एजुकेशन और भी बहुत कुछ लेकर आ रहा है. हिमाचल 365 टीवी.
This is Himachal 365 TV and you're watching Hilkus News. I'm Garima.
मेरा नाम है आशीष.
ये है हिमाचल 365 टीवी और आप देख रहे हैं हिलकुस टीवी न्यूज. हम जल्द आ रहे हैं पूरे हिमाचल की ताजा तरीन खबरों के साथ. राजनीति, सामाजिक सरोकार, खेल, कला, संस्कृति, खेत, बागान, अपराध, सजा, विकास और रोजाना हलचल के साथ. हर तरह के समाचारों के लिए देखिए हिमाचल 365 टीवी और जुड़े रहिए हिलकुस न्यूज के साथ.